Once upon a time, in the heart of a lush jungle, there lived a playful and mischievous monkey named Mohan. Mohan was known for his infectious laughter and his knack for getting into all sorts of playful scrapes. But Mohan had a secret dream. He wanted to become the greatest juggler in the jungle. Now, juggling wasn't just a hobby for Mohan, it was an art form. He envisioned himself as a master juggler, sending balls soaring through the air with effortless grace. His mind was filled with images of himself performing for the whole jungle, his fellow monkeys cheering and applauding his every move. One day, Mohan decided he'd had enough of just dreaming. He was going to become a juggling master, and he was going to do it today. He gathered some wild berries as makeshift balls and started practicing. Now, Mohan might have been great at climbing trees and swinging from vines, but juggling, well, that was a different story altogether. The berries kept slipping from his nimble fingers, crashing to the ground with disappointing thuds. Mohan tossed the first ball up in the air, but it came straight back down, smacking him right in the face. He shook his head, dazed, and picked up the berry, trying to regain his composure. This had to be easy. Why was he failing? With renewed determination, he tossed the ball again, but it came straight back down again. As the days passed, Mohan continued his practice, but his progress was slow and frustrating. Each dropped ball chipped away at his confidence until it felt like his dream of becoming a juggling master was nothing more than a distant fantasy. One evening, after yet another failed attempt, Mohan sat on a nearby tree, his shoulders slumped in defeat. He was tired of failing, tired of the endless drops, and most of all, he was tired of himself. "Why can't I do this?" he cried out, his voice echoing through the jungle. His outburst drew the attention of an old and wise monkey who was known as Ravi, the juggling master. Ravi had spent many years perfecting his juggling skills, and his name was synonymous with excellence in the jungle. Hearing Mohan's frustrated cries, Ravi decided to approach the young monkey and see if he could help. "Mohan," Ravi said gently, his voice carrying the wisdom of ages, "I heard your earlier outburst. Is there anything I can help you with?" Mohan looked up, surprised by Ravi's presence. "Oh, Ravi," he replied, a hint of embarrassment in his voice. "I wanted to ask you, how did you become such a great juggler? I want to be good too, but I just don't understand why I can't get it right." Ravi sat down beside Mohan, and for a long moment they both watched the fireflies dancing in the twilight. "Mohan," Ravi began, his eyes twinkling with kindness, "juggling is not just about skill, it's about patience, focus, and understanding." Mohan's ears perked up. "Patience," he echoed, not quite understanding what Ravi meant. "But I've been practicing every day," he added quickly, hoping to convince himself as much as Ravi. Ravi nodded slowly. "Yes, you have, Mohan, and that's good. But patience is not just about the amount of time you spend practicing. It's about the quality of your practice. You must be patient with yourself. Mohan understand that learning takes time and that mistakes are part of the journey." Mohan looked down at his hands. Shamefaced, he realized that he had been impatient, not just with himself, but with the process of learning. He wanted to be a master juggler, but he wasn't willing to put in the work or wait for the results. "So, what should I do, Ravi?" Mohan asked, his voice small. "How can I become patient and improve my juggling?" Ravi smiled, his eyes crinkling at the corners. "Mohan, the best way to become patient is to start by being present. When you practice, don't just go through the motions. Pay attention to every toss, every catch, every drop. Learn from each one of them." He continued, "Mohan, I want you to practice, but not for hours on end. Just practice for 15 minutes each day, but practice with focus and intention. Be present in those 15 minutes and give it your all. I promise you, over time, you'll see improvements." Mohan nodded, absorbing Ravi's words. He understood that becoming a juggling master wasn't just about talent or luck. It was about dedication, patience, and an unwavering commitment to his craft. From the next day onwards, Mohan followed Ravi's advice. He stopped practicing for hours, sometimes even days, and settled for 15-minute sessions every day. At first, it felt strange. He was used to going all out, but he forced himself to focus on quality over quantity. During those 15 minutes, he tossed and caught, dropped and learned. He paid attention to the feel of the berries in his hands, the arc of their flight through the air, and the rhythm of the juggling. It was a slow process, but gradually, very gradually, things began to change. Mohan noticed that he was dropping the berries less frequently. His catches became more secure, and the rhythm of his juggling improved. He was getting better, but he knew not to get overconfident. He remembered Ravi's words about patience. Weeks turned into months, and the dry season gave way to the rainy one. Through it all, Mohan stuck to his routine of 15-minute practice sessions every day. His persistence and patience were paying off. His juggling skills had noticeably improved. He wasn't the best yet, but he was getting there. One afternoon, as Mohan was practicing in his favorite fig tree, he heard a familiar voice. "Well, hello there," Ravi said, appearing in the tree as if by magic. "Mohan, you've come a long way since we last spoke. Your patience and dedication have borne fruit. You have indeed improved." Mohan blushed, his cheeks turning the color of ripe bananas. "Thank you, Ravi," he replied, feeling a surge of pride and accomplishment. He had come a long way, and it felt good to be recognized by his idol. Ravi nodded, his eyes twinkling with approval. "Mohan, you have the heart of a true juggler. With a little more practice, you'll be ready to perform for the whole jungle." Encouraged by Ravi's words, Mohan redoubled his efforts. He continued his daily practice, refining his technique, improving his rhythm, and strengthening his grip. He visualized himself performing for the entire jungle, the cheers of the audience echoing in his ears. Finally, the day arrived. The annual Jungle Talent Show was just a few days away, and Mohan was ready to showcase his skills. The day of the show dawned bright and clear, and the jungle was abuzz with excitement. Monkeys, parrots, tigers, and elephants gathered in the clearing, each eager to witness the various acts. Mohan, dressed in a colorful loincloth, took his place among the other performers. As the show began, acts followed one after another. There were singers, dancers, comedians, and even a unicycle riding turtle. Each performance was met with applause, and the audience was in high spirits. When it was finally Mohan's turn, he felt a mix of nerves and excitement. He had worked so hard for this moment, and now he was here. Taking a deep breath, he began his act. He tossed the berries into the air, and with deft movements, he sent them sailing through the air, catching them effortlessly. The audience watched in awe as the berries seemed to dance around Mohan, obeying his every command. He juggled 3, then 4, then 5 berries, each maneuver flowing seamlessly into the next. The crowd erupted into applause, their cheers echoing through the jungle. Even the normally stoic elephants swayed their heads in appreciation. As the applause died down, Mohan took a bow. He had done it. He was no longer just Mohan, the mischievous monkey. He was Mohan, the juggling master. Later, when the show was over and the jungle was quiet, Mohan sat on a tree, savoring his victory. He looked up at the star-studded sky and whispered, "Thank you, Ravi, for teaching me patience. Thank you for showing me that with dedication and perseverance, anything is possible." And that, dear friends, is the tale of Mohan, the juggling monkey, a story that reminds us that patience is not just a virtue, it's a key to success. Remember, just like Mohan, we all have dreams and aspirations that may seem distant and challenging. But with patience, dedication, and a willingness to learn, we can turn our dreams into reality. So keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and never give up. After all, the only person you're destined to become is the one you decide to be.